an affordable wireless CarPlay and wireless Android Auto solution from a name brand. We'll be looking at Sony's XAV-AX4000. This is a car audio head unit. We'll be going over all the features it comes with, along with the demo, and then we'll give you our overall rating. So stay with us. Hey, what's up? Josh here from Breaker Stereo and Performance. Welcome to the channel that reviews all the best in car audio, performance, suspension, and more, because we don't drive stock. And if you're like us, where stock just doesn't cut it, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Okay, truth be told, this is not a newly released radio, but still in Sony's lineup. This unit dropped last year in late August. Now keep in mind, head unit models normally change on an average of 2 to 3 years, sometimes even longer. So this video should be relevant for at least a couple years. Okay, let's go over the features first, then we'll unbox, followed by our demonstration, and finally our pros and cons. Okay, so this unit is a 6.95 anti-glare resistive touchscreen display, AM/FM head unit, but no CD drive. The main feature is the wired and wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It does have Bluetooth for phone calls and music audio transfer. This unit allows LDAC wireless streaming of high-resolution audio. Sound customization features include time alignment and a 14-band equalizer. As far as pre-outs, we have 5-channel, 2 volts, front, rear, and sub with a subwoofer control. Power output is 20 watts times 4 RMS or 55 watts times 4 peak. This does have the newer Type-C USB input for your iPhone or your Android. Expandability includes rear camera input, iDataLink Maestro compatible, which displays engine performance and other vehicle data on the touchscreen using the RR or the RR2. That module is sold separately. Steering wheel control ready, adapter sold separately, and Sirius XM radio ready, tuner sold separately. Okay, that's it for the features. Let's go ahead and unbox. Warranty, owner's manual. All right, let's start with the cabling. All right, GPS antenna. So when you're using navigation through your smartphone, it's more accurate. Standard wire harness. Steering wheel plug. And then we have our RCA outputs and our camera input. So you have front, rear, single channel on the sub, and then camera input. Separate Bluetooth mic. And we got some hardware. They give you one wire tie, okay. And then you have the USB-C cable for your input. All right. All right, so not a complete doubled in on the back half, of course, a full doubled in on the front part. That's nice here. So when you're putting it into your dash, you have more space to put the cables and stuff. So like all these Sony's, design is very clean. All right, again, 6.95 screen, and it does have the anti-glare. And the buttons kind of stick out a little bit here. But on the front, we have your home button, volume up and down, track up and down, and then there is a voice button as well. All right, here you have your Sirius XM input, your main harness input, USB-C, which is recessed, which is nice. That way, when you put that cable in it, it's not gonna break off. iDataLink inputs here and here. This is your RCA pre-out, along with your backup camera input, GPS antenna. This is for your steering wheel control adapter, the microphone for your Bluetooth, and then your AM/FM antenna input. All right, so here's our main screen here. Nice and clean. It has a minimalist feel to it. We have our sources and settings here on the bottom. If we tap that, that'll give us some more sources and options. Let's just go ahead and go into settings. All right, so here's what we have available. So you have your device connection. You can add your device, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, or Bluetooth. Your sound. All right, so we have our equalizer. Let's just go through all these individually. So we have a 14-band EQ. You can adjust here. All right, so it's pretty quick, so I do like that. No lag, excellent. All right, you also have some presets on the bottom as well. Subwoofer level, on or off. Volume here, up to 10, down to -10. Balance and fade. Listening position, so you can adjust here. And from here, you can do your time alignment. So what you want to do is measure from the center of the speaker to the driver's side headrest on each of the speakers, including the subwoofer, and that will set up your delay, giving you your time alignment. If you don't want to go through all that, then you do have some presets here. So if you want to just do the driver, if you're here in America, just do front left, or if you're overseas and it is a right-hand drive, you can do that, or you can focus on the front, or you can just do all, or off. All right, next, crossover settings. So we have front, rear, and subwoofer crossover, adjustable from 50, 63, 79, 99, 125, 158, 198, and then 250. And then adjustable slope. So you do have 12, 24, and 36, and also 48. So that's pretty interesting. Most radios are gonna limit you to 24, but if you really wanted to get accurate on this and a very steep slope, you can go up to 48. Okay, and those crossover settings and slopes are gonna be the same across the board. So your rear and your subwoofer will be the same as the front. So that'll do it for sound. All right, so let's go into customize. So here we can customize the center button here, and that can be either mute, display off to press and hold, or just source change, okay? So if we set that to source change, then if we're here, we hit the button here, and then I'll go from radio to USB to Bluetooth for whatever. Right now it only goes to radio because that's the only source we have available to us. Nothing else is plugged in at this point. Okay, the next thing we can do is customize the wallpaper. So we can either do black, orange, yellow, or blue. You can also add images onto here through the USB. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it black. All right, next application. All right, so this is your camera display. So you can either turn on the rear camera and then also adjust the guidelines. And then you can either set the rear camera view to normal or flipped. Okay, and then you have your Sirius XM and then your Maestro. Nothing's hooked up, so those are not available to us right now. Okay, next system. Select your language, date, time, demo mode, on or off, steering wheel, buttons. Okay, now this will only work if you have analog. All right, so this does have steering wheel controls built into it, but it's only going to be analog. Very limited amount of vehicles that will have it. Vehicles that come to mind are late 90s, maybe early 2000s Toyotas. Most of the vehicles are going to need a steering wheel adapter, and you program that actually with the adapter itself, not here. Okay, volume offset. Okay, so basically what that means is you can turn up the volume for these particular sources. So your media, your phone call. So if you're taking phone calls and they're too loud, then you can turn them down from here. Also, you can select the volume for the ringtone, the voice recognition, and navigation guidance as well. Okay, and here you can select the audio output for phone calls and navigation. So it would be just front, or you can do rear. Most people will just select front. Then you have your dimmer, key illumination on or off, key brightness, driver position. All right, mic adjustment here, which is nice. So if you have a small cabin, medium cabin, or a large cabin, you select that and that will calibrate the mic accordingly. Bluetooth signal, and then also you can calibrate your touch panel. Okay, so it asks you to touch a couple of different points here, and then it'll calibrate according to the way that you touch the panel. All right, change the password. We're gonna leave that as is. System information, software update, factory reset, and then your open source licensing. So that's gonna do it for the settings. Let's go ahead and take a look at Apple CarPlay. I'm gonna go ahead and hook up my phone wirelessly. All right, so go into settings, go to device connection. I'm gonna go ahead and tap that there. Hit that button on my phone. It says the XAV-AX4000. I'm gonna tap that there. All right, I'm gonna pair. All right, and it's asking what I wanna do. I don't have the antenna hooked up, so let me do that really quick. All right, so it's saying go to my Bluetooth settings and go ahead and hook it up. Once I hooked up that GPS antenna, it came right up. Let's go ahead and kind of mess around with this for a minute. All right, so you have all your mapping here, your Apple Maps, Google Maps, also Waze, all your music apps, Pandora, iHeartRadio, Apple Music, Spotify, right? Communication apps, Telegram, WhatsApp, and then of course also your standard text messaging as well. All right, so that's cool. I like that. Obviously it does Android Auto as well. One thing I can say though is I'm noticing this. The resistive touchscreen is not quite as responsive as a capacitive, but it's not too bad. Although I'm not sure why they put a resistive touchscreen on it. Other than this, resistive touchscreens are a little more durable when it comes to the elements, right? So if you got this in a convertible, or if you put this on a Harley, then, you know, in that case, it would be a better fit. But for your normal guy that's gonna put it in a car in a hardtop, a capacitive would have been better than a resistive. And most of your smartphones are gonna be capacitive touchscreens, so you guys know that those respond very well. All right, so it responds a little bit different than that, so, you know, just know that. Okay, but all in all, it does have a nice clean design, and I do like that. All right, that'll do it for the demo. Current retail price on this unit is $499, so not too bad for a name brand radio with wireless CarPlay and wireless Android Auto. Now right now this unit is on sale for $449, and if you're in the market, the Pioneer DMH-W2770 NEX is less at $429, but that radio, in my opinion, is not the same quality that we're used to with Pioneer. Then you have the JVC and Kenwood units coming in both at $499, but they have 4 and 5 volts instead of Sony's 2 volt. But I do like the interface better on the Sony versus the JVC and Kenwood, so you have to weigh it out for yourself. Better user interface or double the pre-out voltage. Now you can get it all with the Sony XAV-AX6000, which has the same interface as this but has a 4 volt pre-out. Now that's $698 and a little steep. Although on sale for $548, which is a great value, but I'm not sure how long that sale is going to last. Nevertheless, the XAV-AX4000 is a good radio at a decent price. I like the anti-glare and the user interface. Those are my pros. My cons include a resistive touch panel screen versus a capacitive touch panel screen and 2 volts instead of 4 or 5 volts. Oh, and only a single camera input. Okay, let's give this radio a 4 1/4 star rating. This Sony is legit and I am digging the simple, clean design. Okay, that'll do it. Again, my name is Josh. I'm with Breakers Stereo and Performance. Thanks for watching and we'll see you guys next time.